Hi golfers, Nick here from GOLFTEC Singapore. I'm just down at Raffles Place here, next to the MRT station. Just in front of me. Just down the end of that road there is a building here at GOLFTEC. You may have seen the video where I took a walk around and wandered down to the building and took a look inside. But today we're just going to head outside. We're going to just discuss some of the things that have been happening over the last 6 months here at GOLFTEC Singapore. So golfers, I thought I'd take you out of this sort of the hustle and bustle of Raffles Place where we're based at GOLFTEC and take you out here. And as you can see behind me, we've got one of the most famous landmarks and hotels in the world, the Marina Bay Sands Hotel. So before we get going with the video, I just want to show you guys around. Just check out this view. So as you can see, the Marina Bay Sands Hotel. What a fantastic view from where I'm based here. Over there we've got the Fullerton Hotel. Then we've got the Central Business District where GOLFTEC is based. And one of the tallest buildings in the distance there is actually Republic Plaza Tower 1, which is next door to where we're based at GOLFTEC in Tower 2. So incredible setting here. What a beautiful day too. So I can't believe it's been 6 months already since I've been out here in Singapore, and I think one of the reasons why time goes so quick here, there's no season, so it's pretty much this weather every day, so I can't complain. 30 degrees of weather every day. Today's a beautiful sunny day. Sometimes it's quite cloudy here in Singapore, but really sunny today. I've been very fortunate over the past 6 months to work with and meet some incredible people, and I thought I'd just share with you this video and just go through sort of 3 students of mine that have done really well over the sort of past few months, and just to show you guys a little bit of what I've been doing in terms of improving golfers. And that's really what my job is to do, is to try and improve these golfers. So I've been very fortunate to able to work for GOLFTEC, use the technology, use the videos, get my students to use the practice bays here. I think it's just an incredible way to improve your golf. So first of all, let's take a look at one of my students. The first one here is a guy who sort of started out and he was literally, he couldn't break 130. On the left here is his evaluation, which was in March 2019. It's now August 2019. You can see here, like, one of the great things about working for GOLFTEC is the ability to use these motion numbers. So each of the golfers in their lessons, they wear the sensors on the shoulder and the hips. You may have seen some of my videos. So you can see here on the left, which was his first evaluation, the difference in the posture of the golfer. So he's actually tilted over his body 10 degrees more in the right hand pictures with both his shoulders and his hips. That gives him a better angle to attack the ground. Obviously one of the biggest fundamentals of golf is being able to hit the ground and hit the ground in the correct spot. In the backswing, you can see this is what we call P4. You can see how in the left hand picture his hands are lifted way above that swing cone, which is kind of like the swing plane, if you like. If you look at the best golfers, they're all going to swing in that swing cone on the way down. So at the top, if you can prevent that golfer from lifting out of it, it really helps keep their swing on plane. Also you can see how his right elbow has been disconnected, and he actually lifted his head up in that picture as well. Now on the way down, you can see this is where the left arm's parallel. This is position 5. The difference in the shoulder turn, I think a lot of golfers think that once they get to the top of the backswing, they've got to really turn the shoulders, when really if you're turning those shoulders, it actually moves the path more out. So not necessarily turning shoulders is really going to help you hit the ball better. So you can see there, when the left arm is parallel, you have the shaft sort of in that cone as well, the hands in that cone, that sort of gets you onto that swing plane. So big change at that point. Now coming down to shaft parallel and downswing P6, you can see in the left hand pitch his hands were outside, the club was outside, club was attacking the ball from the outside. Now he's got that club inside that cone, it's attacking the ball slightly from the inside. Really good position there at P6, and then heading off into the follow through, what you'll see is how much the arms are flexing. I've just brought up some numbers there on the screen, so you can see how the hip sway is now moving towards instead of away, and that's one of the biggest fundamentals in terms of controlling the low point, improving your contact. You need to move those sway numbers before, but also keeping a better structures with the arm. So this golfer now is breaking 100 after really struggling to sort of get under 130, so really good improvement there. Okay, the next one, I've got a lady golfer here, and actually she had a reasonably good swing considering she'd never had any golf lessons, never played any golf at all on the left hand pitch. So this was a swing evaluation on the left, which again was in March 2019, it's now August 2019. You can see the difference here. I've just pulled up the top one there is the shoulder turn, so how much you've turned. Now the tour average is actually 89 degrees, so she's pretty much bang on that now. This was actually this week, this picture on the right here, and then on the left you can see in her swing evaluation 73 degrees, so she was a lot lower in the turn, which is why it's red. The other number pulled up there is the shoulder tilt, the angle the shoulders turn on. I think that's quite important. Now on the left hand picture, the shoulders were turning more flatter, which sort of tended to lift her head, which made it struggle for her to sort of strike the ground and make good contact. On the right there, she's within the tour average at 41 degrees of shoulder tilt. Also you can see how she's turned the hips better and more of an angle. The hand position's very similar, so like I said, she had a pretty good swing to start with, probably just improving what she already had there at the beginning. On the way down, this is a really good position, I think, a really good change. This is probably P5.5, so in between left arm parallel and shaft parallel. You can see the shaft angles bang on plane in the middle of that cone compared to the other one, which is at the top. And then as she tended to sort of swing down, coming into impact, she tended to just swing over that line. So this is now P6. You can see now the club is just inside the hands on the right now, whereas on the left it was outside the hands. So she tended to swing outside of the ball, tended to hit up on the ball as well. So in impact, really good positions, turning the body, creating more power. The handle's lower as well, tending to get more height. And then in the exit, better structure of the arms. She's actually turning her body, looking towards the target rather than keep the head down. It's one of the biggest issues I see a lot of golfers. They're told to keep the head down, and you see that a lot in beginner golfers when they're starting out, because they think it's going to help them better contact. So one of the worst pieces of advice is actually to try and keep your head down. And finally, I'm just going to share with you another golfer who's probably made one of the biggest swing changes in my time at GOLFTEC, and this is in quite a short period of time. He started in May 2019, it's now August 2019. So you can see, first of all, in the setup, he's a tall guy, he stood very close to the ball, so we just got him a slightly further from the golf ball, better angle in his body. Now have a look at the swing. So as we take it to the top of the backswing in position 4, I just brought up the shoulder tilt angle there, so that's basically the angle his shoulders turn. We just looked at that lady golfer as well, so you can see now he's into the green. An extra sort of 11 degrees of shoulder tilt here at P4 just helps keep him his better inclination to the ground. Also notice club face position, just about to see on the left hand pitch, is quite open club face, and you'll see the biggest change now as we start into the downswing. Just watch where he gets the club here, first of all at position 5, so this is just a few split seconds after P4. See how his hand path has moved outside of the cone, the shaft has now moved outside of the cone in that before swing, whereas now in the after he's got that shaft in that cone, he's swinging much more on plane. You can see there I have the noodle set up for him, and he uses that every time he comes in the bays to practice. So one of the great things at GOLFTEC is not only to have some really quality lessons using these motion numbers, but also you can have these swing aids that you can use, which will help you keep the swing on track. Now if you move down to P6, you'll see how much the shaft was out at P6. Now you don't see that at all with any of the best golfers in the world. They'll have their shaft in line with the hands or just inside the hands at P6. Now you can see much more in line inside that cone. And then finally, just coming through into the finish, you'll see how in the left hand pitch he's sort of really flexing the arms, whereas now he's keeping a much better structure of the arms. You can see that shaft coming out just below the shoulder as well, so on plane as well. So massive change there from that golfer, just swinging much more on plane. It makes completely different results in his golf shot. So he's gone from 13.5 degrees out to in swing path on the left, so the last lesson he was 3 degrees into out. So just shows you if you work at it hard enough, you practice hard enough, use these train aids, you can really improve. So slightly different video today, guys. I just wanted to share with you some of the success stories I've had over the last 6 months here at GOLFTEC. Amazing experience so far. I love working for GOLFTEC. Also last weekend me and Rob had our first trip away, so we went to Rio Benton, an amazing location. We had a 2-day trip with 12 golfers. So very fortunate here to be able to work in an amazing location, have access to some of the best golf courses and facilities in the world. So golfers, hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. Any questions, post them in the box below, and we'll see you again soon for another video on Golf Tips. Welcome back to me and my dad. Let's take charge of your wardrobe.
We need golf balls for that.
Yeah. 3.
Oh, wait, what?
3, 2, 1. Perfect timing, boys.
Full flight.